Hey everybody, I'll switch over to the tabletop soon. As soon as I figure out how this works. I tried a new thing today. I tried to do an event instead of just a stream, and it doesn't seem to be working. I think I'm streaming. I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery. I guess yeah, I don't know. Technical difficulties. Aha, here's what I'm looking for. Alright, I think we can get started then. So if anybody is here and wants to ask a question, let's do it. Let's get started. Looks like everything's working. Let's cross our fingers. This was a roller coaster to get started. Oh man. It's ridiculous. I had to, at the last minute, readjust all the, whatever, resolution and get everything working. It was a bit of a nightmare. A bit of a nightmare. But it seems to be working now. Thankfully. So, whoops, I'm on the wrong keyboard. So anyways, guys, if, anyone's here, that's awesome. Glad to have you. Feel free to ask any questions and we'll do some divination. We'll get started. I'm gonna check one more thing. I'm still here. I got the chat open, so get a hold of me there if you need something. I will be back in literally a few seconds. Okay, sweet. I think we got it. I think we got it. I think everything's finally in order. I got rid of the menu. I got rid of the menu on the tabletop simulator, which is what we're using today to play with the cards again. And we'll see what we get. I'm just getting settled. I'm brand new to the YouTube streaming platform. So that translates as basically I have no idea what I'm doing, which is always a joy. It's been a fun learning experience. But seems like we're good. So yeah, if anyone's up for it, scoot on into the chat. Let me know what you want to look into. And we'll get started. And the music's working today. I found out what I was doing wrong. We'll see if YouTube yells at us for copyright things anyways. They probably will. But maybe not. So today I switched up the scenery too. We're in Morrowind today. We left Skyrim. We moved over to Alderun. It's in the deserts of Morrowind. Morrowind is objectively the best of the Elder Scrolls games, so if you haven't gotten yourself into that game, you should immediately. That's about it. The only other difference is Today I have a new deck of cards in here, and it is the I Ching deck that I put together. What does this do? I'm gonna try a button. I don't know what that does. It said that a slate went in. We'll see what the slate does. I'm watching. Hopefully you guys are too. Oh, I don't know what that did. Hopefully it wasn't anything too obnoxious. Anyhow, that's my cat if you can hear him. Oh, it says my bitrate is crappy. I don't know. I'll try and change that later. Oops. Is everything still going? Hopefully. Well, anyways, the chat's up, so I can at least see what you have to say and talk back at you. I'm not sure what happened. I think everything's still good. Should be good. Maybe it was a slate thing. Well, let me refresh. We're just getting started. Honestly, I don't think I like this event thing. This is kind of weird. I think I'd rather just start. Okay, I'm gonna get the preview open again here. No, it's saying nothing's happening. Let me open in another window. This is chaos. Okay. Not sure what to make of that. Not sure what to make of it. Refresh the chat too, just to make sure. Alright, this is kind of a boring stream. Oh well, you gotta try it new. You gotta try it new. New things sometimes. Yeah, for some reason it's just... I just can't see the stream on the preview. I don't know, can you guys see it? It's kind of baffling, to be quite honest. It says that we're live though. And the broadcasting thing says that it's transmitting still. Well, I guess the chat's the important part anyways, huh? What could be the trouble? I don't know. If you guys are better at YouTube, let me know. Should I have not clicked that button? Let's try this. Maybe this will fix it. Here's the hope anyways. That's what I get for clicking things. We'll see what it does. Should I put the technical difficulties up? No, it's working. Okay, guys. That was a painful lesson, but I've learned it. So, when you put a slate in, you have to put a slate out. Makes sense. How silly. Anyways, it looks like we're back. Looks like everything's back on. How dumb. Okay. Well, we're all set then. We're all set. So, guys, if you're here, welcome aboard. If you got the questions, please ask them in the chat. And I'll see them immediately, hopefully, as long as everything's working. And, you know, I'll look into it for you with these cards here on our lovely table. Look at that logo. Looks pretty good. I guess the idea, it was supposed to be like a leather table. I don't know. I'm gonna send a message in the chat myself, just to make sure that's working. If anyone sees it, let me know. It should be good. yeah, everything's up now. Woo! Woo! We learned a lot today. I learned a lot today anyways. Maybe you guys did too. Maybe maybe you guys have never streamed anything before. I haven't really either. I want to make sure the microphone's on. Phew. So, what should we check out here? I don't know. Well, I guess I could look at the new deck. It was working earlier, and hopefully it still is. It's not a real tarot deck. It is a I Ching deck. It's based on the I Ching. A lot of people really aren't too familiar with the I Ching, which is unfortunate. It's a book. It's a book. It's a really old book. I think like 1000 BC is when it was written. Comes from China a long time ago, and it's awesome. Basically, it's a I think it's technically Taoist in its origin, but it describes basically the elements, and they weren't called yin yang. They were just, I think they were more conceptual back then. But anyways, it describes basically the elements and how the forces of light and dark keep changing, keep dancing, keep playing around, and making all the situations. So there are 64 possibilities in this system, and normally you would throw coins or something to get these lines. But in this case, it's a card deck, so you don't have to throw coins. You don't have to play with the Yarrow stocks. You can just draw a card and get the hexagram quick. If you are new to the I Ching, definitely, I mean, pick up a copy of it. I like the, I don't know how to say this poor guy's name. I like Alfred Huang. I like his translation a lot. So, I don't know. Something about it caught my eye. But anyways, yeah, what you'll do is you'll get these hexagrams. You get a series of 6 lines, and then you'll turn to the page in the book with the hexagram on it, and you'll read what the text itself has to say about the hexagram. Hex being 6, so that's why they're called hexagrams. They have 6 lines, and they're not all solid lines. These are the most extreme cases. They're all solid. They're all broken. They're all yang. This one's all yin. Yang is thought to be the masculine projective force, where the yin is the receptive force. So this is heaven over heaven, and this is earth over earth, and they're divided into 3 and 3. So these 3 lines by themselves mean earth, and then well, so do these, but they come together to make like a super earth. The most receptive, the most projective, and then these 3 solid lines in a row are heaven. So that's the most projective. So these are the most extreme, but they start the book off. These are hexagrams 1 and 2. This is how the I Ching starts. Heaven and earth, sort of meeting up, and then everything else happens. Yeah, but there's 64 of these, so there's a lot to go through. And then the interesting thing is sometimes these lines will be considered changing. So there's technically, I suppose, 4 types of lines. So there's young yang, old yang, young yin, old yin. And basically what that means is if it's a young line, it's brand new. It's very... how do you say it? It's very focused. It's young. It's like a kid. It's not changing in anything. It's very what it is. It's its own thing. But then it gets a little older, and as it gets older, it begins to kind of die. But when it dies, it just changes into the other. So an old yang would go into a young yin. An old yin will go into an old yang line. And those are the changing lines. So normally you'd throw coins and get those, and you'd learn if they were changing or stable. But since this is a deck of cards, what I like to do is I shuffle them, and this will be a little tricky here because I don't know if we can... I guess we could cut. And then do that. Right? That might work. Anyways, if it comes out upside down, I count that as indicating that there are changing lines present in this hexagram. So we'll pull another card, and then we see that the bottom three were the changing lines. So we'd go into the I Ching and read the commentary for these bottom lines. So that's the other thing to keep in mind, that these lines each have their own meaning and their own say. So it's not just the full hexagram, it's each line has its own input. If it's changing, generally. So we have situation 1 changing into situation 12, right? So we, in this case, we have the hexagram called initiating. It's all yang, it's all powerful. Well, it's not all powerful, but it's heavenly. It's the will of heaven, it's the force of heaven, and it's changing into hindrance, which is kind of fun, because it's funny that we pulled this card anyways, because we were just talking about heaven and earth, and then here we have the hexagrams, or the trigrams rather, heaven over earth. The 3 on the bottom are earth, and the 3 on the top are heaven. So, and the way these cards work, guys, what I tried to do was use photographs that capture the meaning of the hexagrams. So we have earth below the heavens, right? I hope that makes sense. And this is just straight up space, straight up heaven stuff. So I hope that makes sense. But anyways, in this case, yeah, it's an interesting situation. So honestly, it's just kind of a tough hexagram 12. It's the way I understand these, anyways, is they start from the bottom and they're built upwards, right? So they have this kind of upwards push to them. So if that's the case, then this the heavens, this really strong kind of yang force is leaving. It's being pushed up and out of the picture by the yin power, right? By the less stable, by the kind of shifting, receptive power of yin. So the stability is leaving, and the changing, the flux of yin is entering the picture. And that's, I think, why the I Ching calls it hindrance, is that the strong force is leaving. And actually, I'll just read you. I have it in front of me because I don't remember the specific lines all the time. It says, hindrance, no one can alter, unfavorable to superior persons. The divination, the great is departing, and the little is arriving, right? So there's a lot more to it, of course, but that's the general idea of 12. So yeah, that's a kind of a cool little happening right there. I'm glad we got those in that order. It's fun. Yeah, but we can just go through this. Show you some of the cards. And guys, this is a real deck too. The link is scrolling on the bottom of the screen, and it's in the bottom of the description of this stream. You can pick this up and get your very own copy. It's just as lovely in real life, except you can actually touch it. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I'm very happy with the way it turned out myself. So some of these are a little more direct, and some of these I took some liberties with the images, just because I couldn't quite find the things that the I Ching talked about as a photograph. So some of these are very literal. So this one is fire over fire. Right, so that's just a straight up inferno in that one. And then this one's a little more poetic, but it's more in tune with the meaning or the description that I Ching discusses. So it's brain fart, fire over water. It's a fox walking across the frozen lake. And it talks about that, and it's kind of a perilous situation. It's not yet complete. And the fox really stands a good chance of kind of falling through the ice. And that's how the I Ching ends, by the way. I think that's water. Sometimes I get those mixed up still. But yeah, so some of them are a little more literal, some of them are a little more figurative or metaphorical. This one was tough, for instance. It was lightning in the middle of a lake, but it was like, well, it's thunder technically, so it's like thunder under a lake. I'm like, how do you see thunder? What is that, an earthquake? Don't know. But it's like an arousing force anyways. It's a rising kind of force. The yang force. But it was underneath the watery element here. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to find a photo of a literal lightning bolt or thunder underwater. I don't know what that looks like. But the description was kind of a time of rest. It was thunder coming to rest in the middle of a lake. And it says that it's not the active kind of thunder. It's not the full force thunder. It's the winter. It's the autumnal thunder. It's kind of coming home to take a break thunder. So I thought this image captured that well enough. To me, you know, a bird was a nice airy kind of creature. It's got ties with the kind of active force of the air. I know there's another element for wind specifically, but I thought it was a nice image, and it was better than trying to look for underwater lightning photography. And I really tried to avoid any man-made or man-centric images. These are all just natural scenes and natural landscapes. I don't want to put it like that. So that's the kind of the vibe I was going for, anyways. But yeah, so now it's a virtual card deck too. It's also a real one. I'm super thrilled about. This one, yeah, the meaning was kind of lost, honestly. I feel like, but it's appropriate enough. It's appropriate enough because the I Ching talks directly about a grass fire. In this case, a grass fire on top of a mountain. It means traveling, so it's kind of the idea of the sparks or the fire is moving. Something plentiful has run out and it's time to move on. And you know, how do you find a picture of grass fires? I don't know. They didn't look that great, so I went with a more dramatic image of a volcano, which is technically correct. It's fire on top of the mountain, fire in the mountain. But a little bit of the meaning was lost. There's still sparks. There's still stuff coming out of the mountain. The smoke is traveling at least, so it's in there. It's in there. X5, X46. This one was fun. This is, I think, it literally describes a tree in a cave. Sometimes the wind gets classified as wood, as an element, so it talks about a tree growing in a cave. Thank the merciful gods I found a picture of a tree. Cave! I know it's in the mouth of the cave, but that's as close as we're getting, because trees don't really grow in caves. Unless you're playing Skyrim or something. Which we're apparently not. We're playing Morrowind. Let's see. I'm not going to stream for as long as I did yesterday, just because I've got more stuff to do today. I wonder where we could advertise this. I thought about putting it on Reddit again, but I feel kind of like I was spamming them. I don't want to just keep... I don't want to keep yelling at those guys. Like, hey, get in here! Hey, come on down! Feels a little weird to keep making posts. That's the one bad thing about Reddit, is it's not really suited towards that kind of regular programming. You feel kind of like a jerk. I do, anyways. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll put it in the tarot sub again. There's some good people over there. I don't think they'll get too upset. Let's see if we can find it. Tarot. By the way, guys, we can do more than just tarot. Obviously, we got the I Ching rocking. We could probably try to do the coin method too, but maybe I'll probably just use my whatever. Sorry, I'm reading other stuff at the same time. Yeah, I guess I'll put this. Oh, we get banned. We get. I don't know where to put these videos. Honestly, I don't know. If you guys know if somebody likes this kind of thing, let them know. I plan on making these fairly regular. So yeah, let them know. Let's put it in here. I actually have better music today too. Trust me, I know it's not my favorite music, but it is better than what I had yesterday. And you guys can actually hear it, so you know what I'm going through today. Yesterday I had the audio going out the wrong channel, so nobody heard it. So let's do it till 2. Wow, it helps if you can spell live streaming. I'll just make it 2 words. Whoops. Maybe we should take questions from Reddit as well. That might be cool. We can just kind of... Hey, that might work. Let's try that. Let me finish this post. This is kind of a boring image. There we go. That's a little better. There. I like that they have these chairs put around the room. That's nice. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. There we go. There we go. Let's combine forces here, huh? We don't have to just... Oops, where'd my chat room go? Alright. So I'll keep this thread open. If anybody's there, they can just ask their questions in the thread. Getting a neck cramp. And I'll have that going, so keep refreshing that. And then, what other subreddit might we go to? The problem, I hate scheduling things. I just hate schedules. What is this guy talking about? There's a really weird thread. You know, let's try this. Let's try this out. We'll see if this works. Let me open the chat so I don't miss anything. So in theory, we should be able to add this. Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. And then let's make this. I love this program so much. It's so sweet. I mean, look at this. This amazes me. There we go. Oops. Now you guys know my username. Don't stalk me, bro. Whatever. Look at that, we got some advertisements. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for this on YouTube. Maybe this won't work. I don't want to I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want like a weird ad to come up. Yeah, there's a really weird thread over here anyways about some guy offering free divination, but then he's yapping about 50% of the profit. What? Oh, yeah, he wants... Oh, I see what he's saying. He's like, if you make a bunch of money and I prophesized it, I get half of it. Wonder why he would do that. I mean, if it's a prophecy, it's gonna happen anyways, right? Wow, I don't know. I don't know how to use Reddit effectively. I could start a new thread, I just feel bad about it. I don't want to spam. But anyways, guys, yeah, follow me on Twitter and on Facebook because you will definitely get a heads up on those. That's your first indication. Oh, also on YouTube. I always forget that you can actually follow and subscribe on YouTube too. Forget that it's its own thing. But apparently it is. Wow, I'm going down the internet rabbit hole over here now. So anyways, stop on in. Give us a little question. Give us a little something. And we'll definitely answer. I'll answer any question for free. Yeah, I know a lot of people missed it yesterday. Did we all? Let's add everything. Let's get the... Why do I have D6 saved? Anyway, should we put in the ruins? Get those in there as well. Why not? Oops. Did they go? Alright, and let's get the other tarot deck in. Hopefully it doesn't freeze! Ah! Oh, you know what happened last time? I think I just goofed up. Watch this. The, let's scooch those out of the way. No. Oh, crap. Okay. We made it. What happened last time was when these tarot cards loaded, they fell on top of these, and the game merged them into one weird super deck. Runes and Rider-Waite Tarot. I don't know if these are the same size. Yeah, they are. Sweet. We've got our divination array ready to go. I'm gonna turn this UI off here. Just cause it's cluttery. It's clutter. I like the clean screen look. I gotta figure out a way to get more people in here. So we have something to divine. I want to tell fortunes. Well, let's put that aside for now. Is this still streaming? Oh boy, I hope so. Yeah, okay, things are still working. It's a little crappy though. I guess I see what YouTube means about the bitrate. Oh well. We'll fix it next time. So, let's see what we can look into. Oh, by the way, I do have a thing coming out. It's gonna be a weekly forecast. It'll start this Sunday. And it will be just a quick little video to go over the week ahead. What we'll do is we'll just kind of pull a card for each day of the week, and we'll kind of get a better understanding of what to expect during that week. So it's a nice little way to get a quick forecast going, so you know what to expect for the week. So I don't want to do that necessarily because it'd be weird to do it twice. It'd be very weird to forecast the week twice, unless you were like just really unsure of your first reading. Could be. Oh. You know what? Did I miss something? Sorry, I'm on Reddit. Anyways. What should we do? Let's see what we haven't done this today. A lot of people enjoy doing this, myself included. It's kind of fun to wake up in the morning and while you're making coffee or something, you can start shuffling your tarot deck in the morning and just kind of get ready for the day, but clear your head and think about the day ahead. And I think most people phrase the question as something like, what do I need to know today? What should I be aware of today? What should I focus on? What's going on? Shuffle, 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 think of your question, and then just pull the top card. And, oops, see what you get. In this case, it's the Five of Swords, Solar Edge in this. If we were doing this for today, it would be something like, hey, get ready for some fights, some dueling, some mental sparring, some philosophing, something like this. Yeah, that's definitely on the menu. Prepare yourself, but usually let's see if we can find it in this. Oh, this is madness to try and look through this, isn't it? Well, we're gonna get pulled from YouTube if we keep showing those boobs. Boobs on YouTube? It's true, guys. Ah, hey, there it is. It wasn't so bad after all. So anyways, that's the comparison for you. My deck on the right, the Rider-Waite Radiant on the left. So that's that smarmy guy. He's winning all kinds of fights, claiming their swords. And that would be the mood for today. So if you did have a presentation or something, you'd do very well. If you had a business meeting, you'd probably do very well. You'd be good at arguing, good at speaking, good at persuading. But you're not going to make any friends. It's not a convincing kind of thing. It's a victory kind of thing. It's a defeating your enemies kind of thing, not winning allies after the fight's over. That just doesn't happen with this card. So that would be the mood for today. So you might want to be careful of your words. You might want to try and not beat so many people at swords. You might want to take it easy. And for some reason, the music just died. I gotta keep an eye on this here, actually, because I don't want it to go into music that has copyrights. This is all kind of free music, I'm told, so shouldn't have any trouble. Anyhow, yeah, that's great. That's a great way to start things off in the morning before you get going. Gonna pull a card, maybe even carry it with you throughout the day, just to help you focus on things that you might not otherwise focus on. Honestly, I think that's the best thing. That's the other thing, guys. You don't have to be mystically inclined to play with these things, to explore these things. You could be the most dyed-in-the-wool atheist out there. You don't even need to believe in magic or anything. So long as you understand how these work. They're really, I think for most people, the safest approach, the most sanitized approach, is to just view them as ways to, sorry, I'm reading Reddit again. Anyways, they're just ways to get your brain thinking in other ways. So normally you are stuck more or less in your ruts, your familiar ways of thinking. And it's tough to get out of that sometimes. If you're faced with a problem, if you're faced with a question, if you're faced with any kind of difficult view that you're not used to, you can really kind of shake things up by looking at it through this. Now, it's also really tempting to just tell yourself what you want to hear when you see a card, you know? It's like, oh, so, yeah, it's gonna be a great day, it's a golden sword. Woohoo! So be careful of that, you know, you don't want to lie to yourself either. But it's a good way to sit down and really be honest with yourself, I find anyways, so. You don't have to think of it as magic, you don't have to think of it as fate, you don't have to think of it as fortune telling or future viewing or whatever. You can be completely, what's the word? I don't know. Down to earth about it, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to be a wizard to play with tarot or to get something out of it. These are just ways for you to reframe an issue, reframe a problem, and come away with something that you would have missed otherwise. They shake your brain up. Now, you can do that on your own, but, you know, for the weirdos like myself, I prefer the flavor that these bring. And also, sometimes really weird stuff happens that it's tough to discount. As far as the spooky stuff goes. But that's just my own view. That's, you know, some people like really spicy food. Some people like sugary stuff. Some people like sorcery. So yeah, so don't worry. Everyone's welcome to this art, and it is really an art. It's storytelling in a way. It's a kind of intuitive storytelling. Huh. I think I solved a personal mystery. I don't want to talk about it on the stream, though. But it involved a, unexpected, gift, so to speak. Oh yeah, guys. I don't know what else we should talk about today. Nobody's popping in, so, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Guess we could go over the basic layouts. That might be fun. For folks who have no idea what tarot is about. Let's try that. In the meantime. I promised I'm here till 2. So I will stick around until then. And I think I got the, streaming thing figured out, the events, so we can get that going much better next time. So anyways, let's talk about some basic tarot layouts that I think pretty much everyone should be familiar with if you're going to play with these things. Excuse me, if you're going to study and learn these things and make a serious effort at it. I know some people will get mad about saying for playing with the tarot, but anyhow. So like we kind of went over, you can just shuffle your deck, think of your question. That's pretty much all. The first step will always be that. You can add any kind of ritual you want. A different view. Look at it this way for a while. Yeah, that's nice. So, shuffle, 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 shuffle. Think, 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 think. Now you got your card, like we just did. You can draw one. Oh. You know, that's going to be tricky. I got to figure out a way to get reversals on this. I thought... Does that work? Not really. Is there a faster way to do it? If we did that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. I guess we could just manually do it, but then everything's like... That's kind of dumb. I don't think I like that. Anyhow. So you just pull one card, and this is a really, really fast, really broad level view of whatever question you had. Let's say we were like, oh, hey, how's that important dinner gonna go tonight? Well, you pull one card quick. You know, maybe you're on the bus to the meeting or whatever. Your chauffeur's driving you to it, and you pull this card, right? So it's not looking that great, honestly. Maybe you're not feeling confident. Maybe you're feeling like you missed something. Maybe you feel like you should have gone searching for it, but it might be too late now. Or maybe that's where it will lead you, in the search of a new direction, in search of something new. Maybe the meeting won't be as fulfilling as you thought. Maybe you'll realize that something was missing. Something like that. But that's the broad level. That's the basic. That's as basic as you get. So, if you wanted a little more information, you could, I don't know. I mean, it really just depends on the meanings you ascribe to places. So, if you had you could do yeah, a couple of different things with just these two cards, right? You could assign them really any kind of dualistic view you could look into. You could say like, oh, which choice? If you had a choice in front of you, if I pick option A, what do I need to know? What would be the result? If I pick option B, what should I know about it? What should I be ready for? Things like that. And you could split them into two. So if I went with option A, it's kind of an easy getaway, kind of a thieving vibe, you know? You won things. Kind of a victory, right? So it's good, but in a way it's not the best kind of victory. But if you go with option B, it'll be something brand new, possibly more lasting, more eventually grounded. You'll need a little more willpower with option B than option A. You'll just need to be really clever. Something like that. But if maybe you didn't have a choice, maybe this is just pro-con, right? Maybe you have one option and you just need to know the benefit or the drawbacks of it. So you could say, wow, the benefit is I'd get away with a lot of swords. I'd come away with something. I'd win something. The drawback is that I'd have to apply them. There'd be a lot of willpower. It's a brand new project. And even though I won new things, I'd have to put them to use. I'd have to put these new ideas to use in a willful kind of way, and that would be maybe a burden. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm comfortable as things are, so maybe these things aren't worth it. Something like that. You could do anything like that. Any dualistic outlook you could do. Branching directions. Of course, another classic. Let's shuffle these up. I don't know of any way to... Oh, that's neat. Does search work? Oh, look at that! How cool! Wow, that's going to save a lot of time. If we want to reference a specific card, that's awesome. And it displays them really nice. Well done! Whoever made this, well done. Berserk Games, guys. Tabletop simulator. A cup of coffee. It's really fun. I'm always amazed at this thing. And they're still working on it. That's not a good card to have on the screen like that. Anyways, what were you talking about? Before I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, so... Wow, that's so cool. I was looking for a way to quickly kind of reset this. Oh no. No. Oh. Hey, do you think it has something to do with the reset button? Jeez. Now, let's see if it's in order again. No. I wonder what that did then. I'll bet all it did was just put them all facing the same way. Anyways, back on to the topic at hand. So, what you can do is do things in 3. It's a really simple one. It's a past, present, future. We did this yesterday. Somebody asked a question, and this is the basic layout that we use. So past, present, and Future. Whoops. So again, it's all about context generation, and then the images fill in the story, so to speak. So, in this case, we have in the past a. Sorry, I'm refreshing the Reddit thread. Just keeping an eye on things. Hey, we got a message. Maybe it's somebody with a question. No, somebody else. I'll check that out later. Anyways, in this case, in the past, something was established, some new willful... Oops, I want to check the music too before we get into this. Yeah, that was close. What else do we got? Let's put on some different music. Playlist. This should be good. All right. Sweet. We can. That should work. Whoa, we're really zoomed in. Anyway, so in the past, in this case, something was started. Somebody's will was put out. Some plan was enacted. Present. Something's going on. The will was already sent out. Project's underway. But what now? Oh no. This guy's so confused by these things. He has no idea which one to pick, and they might all be nonsense. They might all be illusions. They might all be lies, dreams, distractions from one's true efforts. So it's a real kind of dangerous card in some regards. But the future is great. I think that this situation would lead to something more directed, a clear quest. An intuitive understanding, a feeling of the direction things should go in, and the confidence to go in that direction. And I never noticed his little Mercury boot. That's pretty sweet. Makes sense too. It's a good addition. Cool. So, and then you can branch out to really any other layouts you want, but you get the idea behind layouts, I'm sure, having seen those. So basically you need the positions to mean something themselves, and then the card fills in the details of that position. So like we just did, we had a position that meant the past. Well, what was in the past? Oh, then we have a clear image of what was in the past. We have context for the past now. Whatever else you want to do. What is somebody aware of? What are they unaware of? What do they need to be aware of? You know, and then you start building the narrative. What else might you want to look into? You could just do straight up like days, like I was doing in the other videos. You could do the whole year. You could do the month. You could draw 12 cards, one per month, and get the picture of the year. You know, the year ahead. So let's 2017. You know what? So you'd have January, February, March, blah 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 blah. Build the calendar up and then flip them over. Oops. Who knows? Who knows that one's gonna be? Oh no! I think we can just reset. So you could carry on in that way too. I'm sorry, I had the chat not open at all. That's okay. Nobody's there. So that's the fun part with layouts, is you don't have to necessarily use the layouts that are prescribed or given to you. You can make up your own layouts, and in fact many people do, and many people do very well with that. Generally, the more self-input that you do provide, the better your readings will be, the better your understandings will be of these things. So that's how you do it. I mean, that's how people started doing it a long time ago as well. What other basic layouts could we go over? I guess we'll just kind of turn this into a layout video, because yesterday we talked about basically every card, which was fun, but I don't want to do that every time. So, oh boy. I don't know, there's so many. So many layouts. I mean, there's thousands. And of course, like we were just saying, you could make your own at any time. So, a real simple layout is, I think most people call it the cross layout. You know what? I don't like this because it's got lyrics. I'm gonna change it. I mean, the music's okay. I kind of like the music. Anyway, so this is the cross layout. It's just 4 cards. And even this one can change quite a bit based on the context that you give each card, each position rather. The cards have their own meaning. That's pretty well established. 1 second. I thought the song was changing, but it's not. Oh well, maybe it will. At some point, we'll just have to suffer through it. Alright, so, what do we have? We've got the cross is what we're looking at. So yeah, we can kind of break this up in a bunch of different ways. So we could have over here the things that are already known. And then we have maybe the things that are not known. The underside. Here we could have things that need to be switched. And then up here is kind of a final outcome if we switch them or if we change them. Something like that. But of course there's other variances on this one, so you could just have these two as like the main idea, the main meaning behind this reading, and then you could have the things that the situation is grounded in, and then this could be kind of the luck card or the wild card. You could divide them into do this, don't do that. Right? The final outcome. The other final outcome. So you could kind of keep them as a either or option. Right? So if you do the bad thing, this is the result. If you do the right thing, that's the result. Of course, don't ever let the, don't let these talk you out of something. If you really feel like you should do something and you got some goofy cards, go with your gut, alright? Your intuition's always going to be a little stronger than the cards will. And it's tough too when you're reading for yourself. It can be a real challenge to kind of get out of your own way. I think many people have that issue, myself included sometimes. I think everybody does. Obviously you've got your own biases and they definitely get in the way. What else? Oh, that's another fun single card one. If you're having a tough day, or something's been bugging you, but you don't know what, whoops, you can shuffle your deck and be like, what is wrong today? Why am I so stressed? Damn, that's why, because you don't got any money. That's exactly why. No money, less stress. Oh, that's the case in this one. You're not focused on the kind of spiritual wealth that you have, but you also have no money. That's the problem with that card. It's a goofy one. Not a fun one, not a fun one. Not the worst one, though, to be fair. To be quite honest. It's not the worst card in the deck. It's probably the tower. I don't know. I suppose death is pretty rough too, isn't it? I'll show you guys a secret one. It's not a secret, I'm sure tons of people do this. I'll show you one that I like quite often. It gives you a nice, a big... I'm burping, I'm trying not to burp super loud though, please excuse me. It gives you a real big overview. I'm just gonna check the old Reddit page again, and then we'll get into this. That's... Sweet drop, sick bass drop, bro. So this particular layout is one that I like. It's based on the pentagram. So you need 5 cards, and you lay them out in the shape of the pentagram. I'm sure you can imagine a nice star there. tighten that up a bit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. OCD. But, so, yeah, that's how you'll do it. But I like to read this elementally, right? And I usually read this for people. As like their personality or their makeup at the moment. Where are they at? What are they consisting of elementally, right? And that's what I'll try and apply to them. So the context of this reading, or rather the meaning of the positions, are spirit, and this is how I read it. I know this is incorrect according to many magical traditions, but I go spirit, fire, air, water, and earth over here. That's how I roll. Not everybody does. And so we'll take a look at what's in those places. So what's the person's overall spirit? Oh, great, it's this one again. Did we even shuffle? So their spirit is perhaps overly focused on the material, the lack of material thereof. I mean, they've clearly got... it's kind of a nice card, actually, because this is a church window, so it's kind of the spiritual wealth in the background that these guys are huddling around, perhaps instinctively, perhaps. They're just trying to get in there, but anyways, yeah, so I would say this person overall at its spiritual level is perhaps too focused on the lack of material things. And that's not to neglect the material. The material is obviously important. You need to have your house in order before you can feel comfortable, right? No one wants to live in a pigsty or a dilapidated barn if they don't have to. Maybe a few people are happy, but they drive me nuts. So anyways, that's the issue. So I think in this case, honestly, the meaning here would be to sort out the material, get that reestablished, get that set up again to support spiritual pursuits once more. And that can be done through spirit. Spirit, you know, that could flow down in the material just as easily as material can hopefully help the spirit back up too. It's kind of the yin-yang concept anyways, says, you know, they're heaven and earth trying to meet each other to get things done. So anyways, that's enough. Let's go to fire, in the fire position. So the will of the person, the fire, this is the force, the vitality, the active direction that they're taking. And it's a Hierophant. So they're really trying to understand, I think in this case, if whoever we're reading for, you could say that they were trying to understand spiritual wills. And that's a nice tie in here. They're trying to figure out how to link things together, the bigger meaning, the bigger message, in a way that's understandable. And not so much experiential like the High Priestess is, but it's a communicable way of expressing the divine in things. So I think that's what they're struggling with right now, but they're not thinking about it. They're trying to find it. They're trying to seek it. They're questing, or they're trying to create it. It's wands, so that may be the case as well. Over here on the right, in the fittingly enough, in the suit or the air position, air is the element of the mind and the intellect, and here we have swords, which is the suit of air. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, it's a bad situation. They're having a real nightmare. This card is mental. I mean, clearly this person woke up and they just had some real bad thoughts in the middle of the night. Maybe regrets, maybe fears of the future. We don't know yet. We don't really have that context. So, that's where their mind is. This person is quite stressed out, I would say. They're having a tough time. Oh boy, is that this song? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna try and find another something else to listen to, shall we? I don't know, I kind of like that. It wasn't too bad, I suppose. Let's try to load up some new music here. In the meantime, since we got a little break. Nope. Nope. I'm not feeling that. Try this. Okay, let's see what this brings us. Hopefully something good. Speaking of nightmares. Anyway, so that's the person's air element in this case. So let's see what their water element would be. This is their emotion. Hey, that's great. It's actually pretty watery, honestly. It's associated with water quite often. Particular card. The moon. Damn, this person's having a tough time. So their emotions. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going. It's chaotic. It's dark. They're just drifting downstream. No real control. It's a dream, perhaps one minute, a nightmare the other. Is it hope over there? Is that the direction you swim in? They don't know. The moon's a real chaotic card. It's a mystery. It's kind of a deceitful card. It's honestly, it's a dangerous time. And this is where they're at, right? On an emotional level too. So it's going to relate to the feelings and the intuition. They just don't know. They don't know who to trust or what to trust, rather. Tough spot. Tough spot to be in, that's for sure. So let's finish off with their Earth card, which is ironically emotional. Again, I think it's tying back to the bad feelings about not having the material stability, right? They are without, and so their Earth is shifting right now. Their Earth is very watery. They're trying to feel their way to secure more material possessions or success. It's not a practical way. It's not the hard work kind of way. It's the geez. How do we intuit a way forward? How do we feel our way forward? And the King of Cups is very good at that, so that's not a huge problem. They are capable of intuiting their way forward through the material world and through into future wealth, and they could build themselves up again. So overall, this person's in kind of a tough spot. That's how you do it. I like to read this for people as individuals. Their spirit, their fire, their air, their water, their earth. You could do this for any elemental makeup. You could do it for the elemental makeup of a situation. You could do it for the elemental makeup of a year, place even. You could, an enterprise. Whatever subject you have, you can get a quick elemental snapshot of where they're at with this layout. So for that reason, I really enjoy it. Use it quite often myself. And you could use it on yourself too. Of course, any of these you could. The danger is, you don't want to sugarcoat it. You don't want to see things that aren't quite there. And that's difficult. So let me check these things again quick. Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it up. So, what else can we talk about today? We've got some time left. I don't want to leave early, just in case somebody watches this. It is off to such a rough start too. I do apologize for that to anybody who sat through this. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how tough it was to set up this morning. But now I know a little bit more. I know how to schedule things. So that might be fun to do the schedule thing from now on. I'm actually not as salty about it as I was at the beginning of the stream. So I don't know. Should we check out more layouts? I don't know if it's fun for everybody. We went over the runes too yesterday. The only thing I want to find out how to do in this program now is figure out how to get reversals easy. It's not critical. I mean, a lot of people, honestly, they just don't even use them. They ignore reversals totally. That's way too slow. Yeah, a lot of people don't use reversals at all. Not at all. They just, whatever comes out is whatever comes out. They, I think quite a few tarot readers will use positions, like we were talking about earlier, in the layout. And so some positions are considered negative positions in the layout. So like, let's flip these back over. So this might be like the good position, and this is the bad position. This is the good outcome, and this is the bad outcome. So if this card, well, yeah, that's the bad outcome, right? So any card in there would then take on its kind of inverted or negative meaning if it's in a bad position. But what I do generally with a regular deck when I'm using a physical deck is I'll shuffle them in a way that some may come out upside down, and then I'll know that's the case. So, but then when I read them when they're in a negative position in a layout, then they're super bad, according to me. You'll have to form your own opinions on that as you develop your own tarot skills. So that's that. Let's check play with this one for a little bit. You know, it'd be awesome if there was a Elder Scrolls tarot deck. That'd be a lot of fun to use in this. And I really wish that I could play the Elder Scrolls music, or just like some kind of medieval bar music. That'd set the mood. You know? That'd be really comfy. Yeah, but this is what it'd be like to tell fortunes in a Morrowind house. Except for the weird floating table. That is always kind of bizarre, but they did a really good job. It just feels like a tiny table when you look at it like this. Alright, so what else can we do? I don't know. I'm not sure what else to do. We could try and get a hexagram going. That's always fun. I just don't have too many questions myself right now. So I'm gonna look at Reddit once again. And we'll see if anything's there. It ain't. As a matter of fact, it isn't. Yeah, I don't know. My coffee is so cold now. Actually, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna get a refill. So I'll be right back in literally a couple seconds. Okay, good news. The coffee in the coffee pot was still hot. I thought it had expired. Still tasty. All right. Just checking a few things here. Making sure nothing crazy's going on. I think we're still set. Thankfully. Things are still good. So, yeah, I don't know. You guys want to pull a hexagram to see what the I Ching has to say? Could do that. Let me think of a topic or a subject. And let me stop looking at Reddit. Bam, bam, bam. This music's alright. So anyways, with this deck normally, this is really kind of a critical one. Oh, my keyboard is dying. Oh, there it goes. This is a important one. You guys see, you really got to get the physical deck because I don't know how to shuffle the reversals in this. It looks like they're reversing, but they're not. None of them are. They're all going to be right side up. Unfortunately. For our purposes here. That's a bit odd. Well anyways, let's just assume that there are no changing lines. So what's the I wonder if there's a quick way to rotate. I don't think there is. No. But that looks kinda cool though when you spin it like that. Oops, let's go this way. I like that. That galaxy in the center. Let's make it really nauseous here. There we go. That's pretty hypnotizing. I like that. Going the other way feels gross though. So anyways guys, the other little artistic element here was an attempt to get the yin-yang, but like at the universal scale. So it's a galaxy spinning forever. It's the light and then the dark on the end of it, you know. That's the artist input. But I'm happy with that. But so anyways, what question should we look into? I don't know. Let's pull one for what's coming up other than Christmas. I don't want to really do it. I don't want to do any Christmas ones in particular. I don't want to do any day ones. I don't want to do anything too personal on my end. What else is going on in the world? What can we look at? I'm empty today. I got no ideas. I guess we could just pick something. Let's look into the near future of the Yellowstone supervolcano, shall we? So, normally you would put a little more effort into this, but we're just gonna do it for instance here. So, you'd pull this card, top one, bam, what do we got? Oh, hey, how'd that get upside down? That's awesome. Are there some upside down in this? Oh no, that's just how it happened. Great, because we were spinning it around like goofballs. Alright, so that means there's changing lines, because we pulled it upside down. Hey, this is not good. I think my little smart-ass comment about Yellowstone just may have gotten us into fortune-telling trouble. I'll tell you why it's not good in a second. Let me pull the next card. So let's see. This is changing, right? So we're going to have different lines in the next hexagram, but we don't know which lines are changing because you're using cards. So I'm just going to flip these right side up, and we'll give it a shuffle. And now we will see. Oops, my chat window is closed. I'm so sorry. We'll see what this is changing into. So let's focus a second. What do we got? Oop. I think it was that way. Okay, that's probably all right. I think we're in better shape. A lot stronger. So anyways, guys, so the very first thing that we pulled was hexagram 23. And 23 is not good in the image of supervolcano because if you can... oh boy. If you can see, even on the image, what I tried to do was capture the nature of the hexagram. So it's all yin. It's all very receptive. It's all very kind of squishy lines, shifting. Nothing strong, nothing stable. The only strong, stable one is at the top. And if you guys remember earlier, we were talking that these move upwards. So they're pushing lines up. And this one's about to be pushed right out of the picture. Whoop. Whoop. The only thing holding it back is this thin line. And we asked about Yellowstone supervolcano. There's only one yang line holding it together. The rest is ready to pop, so to speak. And it's actually a mountain over the earth, right? So it's a mountain over the earth or above the earth. Which is, you know, I don't know, that's what volcanoes look like to me. Mountains on top of the earth. You got the lava chute ready to go. Oh boy. Wow, pretty much every line is changing here. Let me read, I'll just read, what this particular hexagram is called Falling Away, right? And the decision commentary is falling away. Unfavorable to have somewhere to go, okay? Now the commentary on that decision. Falling away is decaying. The yielding want to change the firm. Unfavorable to have somewhere to go. Little fellows are growing and extending. So it kind of is talking about the weaker forces overthrowing the strong. which might not be bad in terms of the volcano, but the rest of the image to me is a little creepy. The changing lines, man, 5, 4, 3, and 2 are all changing, but they're getting stronger, so that's good. Okay, I might have been a little hasty. Because it's changing into a stronger situation, we might be alright. Maybe not though, let's see. Let's see, because I do want to read the changing lines. Oh, excuse me, goodness. Alright, so we've got, what did I just say? Let's start at line 2 then. So, line 2. This is also called second 6. Falling away at the frame of the bed, erosion. Being steadfast brings misfortune. So that's not great. The third line, bloop, this one here. Falling away, no fault. So at least nobody's in trouble. So if we stay in place, that's bad. Something's gonna change. We should leave this situation, in fact. Falling away, no fault. He cuts off the relationship above and below. He, I think, is commenting on the strong yang line that will supplant the yin. And then finally the fifth, the string of fish, favors them as if favoring court ladies. Nice. Nothing is unfavorable. So it winds up with kind of a nice outcome. Still something is changing though, but it's kind of a drawing away, it seems. So that's great. It's not as bad as we thought. So let's, I guess that's really all I want to say for now anyways. This is just a fun example of the impending doom presented by the Yellowstone supervolcano. So next up is Heaven over Wind. So it's 44, hex 44. It's, in my copy of the I Ching, it's translated as encountering. There's kind of an encounter, which makes sense. You know, the winds are often in heaven. Much stronger though. Isn't this interesting though? Check this out. It's a full reversal, isn't it? Just about. In this one, the only strong line was on the top, and in this one, the only weak line is on the bottom. Pretty cool. I love the I Ching. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not the inverse, really, is it? But it's interesting. All right, so it's kind of a nice commentary, really. Anyways, basically is an unexpected meeting. The yielding encounters the firm. It talks about marrying a woman in this, but it might not be literal in this case. So the symbol. Under heaven there is wind, an image of encountering. In correspondence with this, the prince delivers his commands and makes them known to the four quarters of the kingdom. So this is a much better outlook, I think. I'm a little worried about some of this, some of the imagery involved. Just because we're talking about the volcano blowing up, or perhaps not blowing up. I am worried because it says, when heaven and earth meet, all the creatures are fully displayed. It's a tough one. It's encountering. That's for sure. But I don't know what's encountering what at this point. That's why I like this. I like the I Ching, because you really have to. You gotta spend some time with it. You can't. Well, I can't anyways. I know there are people out there who are extremely capable and can just fly through this. It's beautiful to watch. I'm not at that level. I feel confident with it, but I do like to move a little slower. So anyways, yeah, hopefully the damn thing doesn't blow up. There's still negativity implied with 44. It's not over yet, basically, and I think that's why it advises against marrying this lady. Just things are too strong at the moment. Yeah. Kind of, yeah, it's definitely an adverse situation. Is it a volcano blowing up and ending all life? I don't think so. I think we're alright. This one's a little spooky, though. Come on. What is this song? I don't know about this. I'm gonna change it. Well, we got about half an hour left. before I'm gonna end the stream here. And that'll be about it for today. I'll be back on next week sometime. I don't know when exactly. I just have no idea. So we'll kind of play it by ear. I'll try and give a little more heads up the next time I plan on doing this, and that way we can get some more people in here. Some people with some questions. Yeah, I'd be super happy to answer whatever. So next time, if you want to jump in, don't be bashful, don't be shy. Go ahead and throw a question out, and we will get to work on it together too. By the way, I'm not just gonna sit here and yell at you and tell you what's going on. You might want to give your own input, which is fine. That's how it works. It's more of a partnership, anyways. I think. You know, a lot can get done on one end of it, but it's nice to get some information. This a lot of people approach this as pure psychism or being totally psychic, and I think that some people they work at it that way. As a reader point of view, I think a lot of people feel capable of doing that or approaching it like that. But I like to think of this more of a dialogue. I think most people feel more comfortable with that. I know there's a certain novelty of visiting a... What is the reflection on this table? I have like... What is that, you know? Why is there a dress back there? What is this? That's weird. I noticed it was a little different, but I didn't look that close. Huh. Anyways, yeah, wow. So yeah, you don't have to be uncomfortable with this. You can approach it your own way, your own stance, and it'll still work for you. That's the fun part. I mean, divination, really, what is it? It's randomness. It's kind of a chaotic input. It's a chaotic injection of meaning. And that's about it. So every symbol we use has a meaning to us, and then we fill in the blanks. We build the context, and that's what we're good at as humans. Is kind of a storytelling. We like our myths, our narratives. We tell them all the time, and we go crazy without them. We go absolutely crazy without them. They're very important. Don't discount them. And don't neglect to see some of your own personal narratives as myths either, because that's what they are. They are probably not based in any kind of reality. Maybe they're based in reality, but, you know, based on a true story, I suppose. Bam! A lot of creepy cards coming out of these today. We keep getting the moon card over and over again. Well, guys, I don't know if anyone's gonna jump in today. I hope it wasn't too boring if you were just watching. I did try and keep yapping to give you something to listen to. I don't know how informative it was, but I hope you took something away from it. But there is still time, so if anybody's here, or if anybody stumbles in, definitely I'd be happy to answer a question. And, you know, if you come in at the last minute, I'd probably cut you a deal. Probably answer your question. I'd go overtime. I go overtime for you. It is a lot of fun. I love doing this. It's really fun doing it virtually too, just because we can be anywhere. You know, I think that's really cool. I like this virtual meetup space. I mean, that's the age we live in anyways. Bye-bye, meet space. We don't need it anymore. VR time. And apparently this is actually compatible with VR, so I don't have one, but if I did, I'd be using it. Let's look at the future of VR. See what we can pull there. It'll be fun. Let's see if these agree with each other, actually, shall we? Let's do a fun little experiment. I'm going to set this one aside. I don't want to use that, but I will use the runes, and I will use the 2 decks that I've made. I'm going to make this one bigger. Not big enough. Okay, I think they're the same size now. Sorry. Alright, so let's check it out, right? Let's look at the future of VR. Let's say within the next year, what cards and what runes best represent the trajectory of virtual reality over the coming year. So let's first start with a rune. VR over the coming year. We got a rune. Let's start with the tarot deck here now. VR over the coming year. And then we'll pull a hexagram. VR over the coming year. So let's see what we got. Let's check our rune first. Interesting. So this is Perthok. I think I'm saying that right. I'm sure Odin will let me know if I'm goofing up there. It's the kind of luck rune. I think generally people read it as a certain kind of luck. There's an element of chance involved. It's also kind of a birthing image to a lot of people. And I've seen it come out both ways. I've seen it mean a couple of different things, honestly. So it's kind of an interesting combination of those two concepts anyways. The luck of birth, the kind of fate, the hope that what's emerging from the womb is everything you hoped for, everything you wanted. So there's kind of a chance what's coming out of the... I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to get too vulgar. What's coming out of the dice cup? We'll leave it at that. Who knows? And that's an interesting rune. It's to have in this context, anyways. It's kind of a fun. It's almost a little. I don't know. Smart, sarcastic. So we were asking what's going to happen with VR, and it's like, well, we don't know. There's a chance it'll be good. There's a chance it'll be bad. Who knows, buddy? Roll the dice. Find out. The rune of luck. Let's time this. Oh, 360, no flip. Oh yeah, we got it. Sorry. So the tarot, we have the Princess of Flame, which is a pretty fun one to get for this question because it indicates that it's not done yet. It's still in its early stages. We haven't seen nothing yet. It's still got a lot of work to be done. And it's still being willfully done. It's interesting that it's not any other suit. It's funny that it should be fire. If it was the Princess of Earth, we could assume that it was more or less established, but still in an immature way, so the tech wasn't there. But if it was the Princess of Swords or Wind, we could say that the development wasn't quite done, or the concept quite didn't catch on. It's still being internally thought of in that case. But in this, we have the Princess of Flame. So it's still being funded. It's still being driven onward, but it's coming from inside yet. So it's not really caught on, I don't think, with the public, and it probably won't in the next coming year. It'll build, of course. It's out there. People are playing with it. People are enjoying themselves. But it doesn't quite seem to be the inferno that it could be. Yeah, there's still some immaturity involved. And there will be throughout the upcoming year. It'll grow, though, and it'll grow internally. It'll be refined, I think, and that's going to be a real... I think keep an eye on the developers more than the consumers of the technology, because that's going to be where the all-stars are at right now. Not done yet. And finally, for the hexagram, we've got Hex 24. So this is kind of a weird one to get, isn't it? So as you can see, wow, it's the inverse of the one we pulled for Yellowstone. You can see all the weak, or the yin forces on the top, and the strong forces coming in from the bottom. So this hexagram usually is thought to be around a winter solstice because, as we said earlier, the lines enter from the bottom and move upwards, right? So this would be total darkness. This is almost Hex 2, with all yin, all darkness. But in this case, we've got the strong yang line, the strong light, bright thing coming in from the bottom. So it's the turning of the tides, more or less. And actually, I think it's called Turning Back. The hexagram name is called Turning Back. So it's kind of a turning back of the season, a turning back of the tides. Just when everything seems to have gotten to where it looked like it was going to go past the extreme, it turns back, and the light starts to come in. So that's interesting. To pull in this context, we've got over the course of the next year for virtual reality, it seems then that the tide is about to turn. Some big developments coming through, and it's fun that we have the Princess of Flame there. Flame being kind of a yang element, anyways. It's a fiery, it's a light. It's coming out of the luck rune over here. Sorry, the music's goofing me up. Of course, it's not going to change. Anyways, yeah, if you take these in the context that they are left to right, that's pretty nifty. So, but as far as the hexagram goes, yeah, something new's on the way. And it's only going to grow from here. And of course, this is timely anyways. This is about the time of year we're at, where darkness reigns triumphant. So, Dimmu Borgir fans make guess chat, but that's about the time of year we're in. And the light's about to return anyways, so that's interesting. But the same thing will be for VR, because that's the context we asked. So it looks like a bright future on the way. It's nowhere near done, nowhere near what it will be. Keep an eye on the developers. A lot of cool stuff will be coming out of those guys, the crafty people. It's going to take some new directions, it seems. But there's a bit of an element of luck involved in all this, so we'll see what emerges after the roll of the dice, after the die are cast. So that's VR. That's the next year of VR, 2017 VR. Mark it on your calendars. You got another year. Probably don't buy one right now. I wouldn't. Wait for the new stuff to come out. It's only going to get better from here on out. It's only going to get more refined through force of will. Force of, you know, a lot of passion's going to go into it, it seems like. Alright, let me check the old Reddit again and make sure I didn't miss any questions in the thread. Looks like some people saw it, but maybe they weren't able to join us. That's fine. I gotta find a better way so I don't keep bugging them though. I hate posting it every time I do a stream. That's gonna get obnoxious. I don't want to be a pest. But I do want people to stop by, so if you were unable to watch today, please feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel and jump in on the next one. I'm going to be doing them next week too, and pretty much every week after that. I do have a lot of fun with this. Even just yapping about this stuff to whoever should come and watch this. I don't know. The other one looked like quite a few people checked out, and that's awesome. And I really do hope that it's informative as well. You know, and you're not just coming to listen to my sexy voice. You're actually walking away with some information. But I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about. We got about 15 more minutes. I'll keep it going. Oh, speaking of layouts, earlier we could get into that too. And this is two things. The one thing is with the runes, you can do very similar stuff with those layouts. I do it. I know a lot of people who read runes. They'll use the same concept. They might even use the same layouts. So if they have a layout they favor with the tarot, like we were doing past, present, and future, you could do that. Right? Past, present, and future. It still works. Huh. This honestly, this feels very motherly to me. Yeah. Arcano being the kind of mystery of growth. It's a kind of secret. It's kind of high priestess, but it also has some connotations with moms and deadness. Growth. Growth, and then this is movement, but it's kind of a partnered movement. It's like a horse kind of thing, but it's a riding one, you know, so it's a joint movement, similar to the chariot, I suppose. So as long as the forces keep moving, and they will, it's a very swift motion, it'll lead to joy. The joy rune. That's interesting that we pulled those. That's probably out there for somebody watching. I don't know who you are, but there's your there's your forecast. Happy Mother's Day. All right. We'll put those back together. Bam. So you can do those with runes too. You can do the single rune. Oh. You know, you do your ritual in the morning. You make your coffee. You do whatever. And you pull a rune. Hey, who? Gonna be a wealthy day. Gonna be some jealousy involving money. Get ready. Something like that. That was way too fast. It's probably not the day. Probably not the message Faye who was trying to bring there. Excuse me. You know, oh guys. Literally day. Literally day. Literally dawn. They have a sense of humor, don't they? So you can do that. You can do more complicated layouts. You could do the pentagram one, although well, it doesn't really fit. For my mind, anyways, the pentagram doesn't really fit with Norse cosmology or Norse anything, honestly. They like their 3s, 6s, and 9s. They like triplicity. And 8. A big fan of the number 8. So you could do some things like that. This one is based on the 3 Norns. I think most people associate that with the 3 fates who carved the fates in the world tree, in the roots of the world tree. So a lot of fun stuff with that. But it's the same idea as we were talking about earlier. You make context. Oh man, I gotta bring that chat back up. I'm so silly. Leaving it down there like that. So the other thing I wanted to hit on, not in that sense, the other thing I wanted to touch on was the fact that you can use this I Ching deck like a tarot deck. You can now, and I haven't done this much, but I want to. I've been keeping it pretty traditional in my own practice, right? So I'm just drawing one. If it's upside down, it's changing, and then I'll read the next one. But you could theoretically do similar layouts like we were just doing. You'll lose a little bit because the I Ching really wasn't, it's not set up for this. You'll probably lose the changing lines unless somebody, some clever witch or wizard out there finds another way to do this. But what you could do is like we were doing earlier, so we could do past, present, and future. And I know, I'm sorry, the purists are probably raging on seeing this. But you could do it that way, right? You could read it this. I just don't know if it would make too much sense in context of the I Ching. Just the method the I Ching uses, I just don't know if it would lend itself that well to this. I guess we could give it a try. So we got 22 on the left, so this would be the past, right? So we have adorning. In the past, it's mountain over top of the fire, right? So it's a kind of a way of illuminating joy, or not joy, rather. That's lake. It's a favorable one. It's not auspicious, but the light of the fire basically shines at the foot of the mountain and illuminates it, right? So it's a prosperous one. It's a good hex to have in the past, but then it's moving into the present, right? Which is 33. So we got a lot of strong lines at the top, which is generally a good idea. We're in the lower canon, by the way, so it's divided around the 30 mark. Yeah, okay, so 33 is retreat. And that sounds kind of crappy, but it's not. It's a good retreat. I don't know. I just don't know how they relate. I'm just contemplating the tarot layout. So we went from basically adorning to retreat. So it's like things were going pretty well, but now they're declining, and it needs to be. Got to get out of there. Things are changing. So maybe I'm just missing something here, honestly. I like the I Ching. It's very contemplative. You have to sit down and spend some time with these things. It's tough to just just bam, there it is. There's a lot of things going on with I Ching. It's generally a slower process, and I think that's why you're supposed to sit down and take the time to throw the coins and really spend some time with the book and the process and everything involved. So this is crazy, but it's, you know, I mean, we had the, okay, so we start in the past with adorning. So we've got the kind of image of something growing. There's a fire at the foot of the mountain. It's shining. It's looking good. It's a good thing. Prosperity. I'm assuming that would continue to build until the present moment, where things are retreating. So now's the time to kind of turn back, head back, get out of the way, because that height won't last. Basically, the I Ching talks about that quite often. Whenever something reaches its pinnacle, it's over. It's going to turn back. It's going to reverse trends. It's going to decay in... Well, not decay. I don't want to... It's not a bad thing. All the time. But anyways, and we wind up with the future situation, right? It's called responding. It's the most receptive. And generally, it's in line completely with the will of heaven. It's a really... it's an important one. One of the big ones. It's not one to take lightly. It's it'll wind up in basically you need to follow the will of heaven in the end if you want success. It responds to it, and as long as things are responding and moving to the, I suppose, higher powers, to the correct way of action, they'll go all right. But if you don't go along with whatever heaven gives you, you're gonna have a bad time, basically. So I'm trying to tie all this together in the context of this reading. This is a bit of a trial run. Like I said, I've maybe the second time given this a shot, so it's new to me, which is fun. I'll probably keep playing with it, keep practicing. But overall, I think the meaning was, yeah, things were lighting up, things were growing. That's come to an end. What was great is now retreating. Time to get out of that way of moving. Whoops, are we in trouble? Did we just violate the YouTube? No, I guess we're okay. I don't know. Wow. Wow, that song is bad. I don't like it. Please excuse me. We don't want to listen to that one anymore. I'm just gonna put this back on here. The wordless ones. So anyhow, yeah, things were lit up, things were treated, and now we gotta go underground. Basically, it's time to lay low. It's time to follow the marching orders of heaven. Follow the flow of things. And that's about it. I guess that's it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. There's probably a lot you could do with that one. But then we lose the changing lines, we lose some of the commentary. It's kind of weird to do it that way, honestly. I'm not entirely sold on that method. I just don't know if it's the way to go about it, but it'll be fun to play with. A new experiment. Who knows? It may catch on. It may not. I may still dislike it. What else do we got, guys? I don't know. We're about 10 minutes out. I'm not seeing anything new on the over on Reddit. So there may not be anything going on there. Nothing new in the chat. Oh, we didn't have anybody stop by today. Wah, wah, wah. Still though, it's fun. I like doing this. It's a comfortable way to spend a couple hours. Playing with some cards is good practice for me. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. I don't know. I guess I could hang out for a little bit. Just in case. Just in case. Anything should change. I really would like to find some different music, though. It's okay. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's streaming music. Not my favorite. So, what else can we even talk about? I don't know. Gonna kind of fart around. Maybe we could stack. What happens if we put that there? Oh yeah. Badness. Holy crap! That thing got huge. Well, this. Oh wait, let's put this one here. Oh boy. Oh, okay, it resizes. That was a weird. It's so strange how they mix like that. What happens if we do this? Yep, that's what I thought. Oh, wow, that reset immediately. That's kind of cool. Not sure what we could do. This is also fun. You drop things off the table. Some nice unseen hand puts it back on the table for you. Yeah. Whoops. Same thing with the individual cards. I love this program. I recommend it for pretty much everyone. Do you guys think I should put these decks in the Steam Workshop? I might do that, actually. That'd be fun. That way you guys can kind of get a really good preview of them. I mean, that's probably one of the best ways to do it. Get a nice digital copy. And then I'll just throw a link in there. You guys can pick up your own physical copies. Because, like it or not, we still dwell in the fleshly realms. Most of us do. I suppose there's a few who don't. But the tile work on that doesn't feel dark elfy to me. I don't know if that's racist or not, but I do like the tapestry. It's kind of, I don't know what that reminds me of. Persian? Mesopotamian? Don't know. Don't know what they based dark elf culture on. Actually, I think it was Mesopotamian, wasn't it? Or Babylonian? Oh boy. I don't know. Been a while. Let's see what happens if we can. No, that feels bad. That feels terrible. I don't want to combine those. Well, guys, what are we at? 5 minutes out. I'm just kind of farting around here. I think that's going to be it for today. I've got some snow to shovel. Anyways, if you were watching, thank you very, very much for tuning in. That's absolutely awesome of you to stop by. If you do want to watch in the future, feel free to rewatch this. I don't know how informative that's going to be, but please enjoy yourself if you would wish to do so. The next live stream will be next week. It's not going to be this weekend. It's not going to be early in the week, I don't think, but I'll try and schedule it a little more ahead of time, just so you guys can get on in here and bring your questions. I'm absolutely happy, and I would be thrilled to look into whatever you want to. Anything, anything, anything. I live for this. I do this. This is my thing, so it's a lot of fun. So anyways, until we meet next time, please stay safe, stay warm, wherever you may be, and hope everything goes well for you. We will catch you in the next stream. Thanks a ton, guys. Bye.